Hey Lily, I'm here with my very good friend Lili. We share a lot of recent history and some shared goals, and and a true surrendering to being free and to remember whatever it is we need to remember so that we're whole and complete in our experience of who we are, so that we're not limited by any any of the things that seemingly needlessly limit us. You know, if we're here to learn lessons on earth, then let's let's learn them. And and is it really learning, is it really doing? And if it's doing and acting, then what ability do we have to have access to whatever our eternal nature is, whatever our authentic being is, unencumbered by, you know, the human consciousness programming. So as I mentioned that, hey Lily, would you mind muting until you want to say something? Thanks.
Okay.
So we are really asking ourselves, what do we really want out of the rest of our lives? What, if we don't do, will have us regretting, you know, what we didn't do? You know, what is it that will make our life worth living when we in our own opinion, when we take our last breath and say goodbye? It was beautifully complete. You know, so what will complete us? You know, when you're suffering in pain and fear and confusion and dissatisfaction with circumstances, how do you move on from there? And that's what we're talking about, is moving on. And to have what we want in our moving on, we have to open up. We have to surrender to experiencing exactly what we want is. That's the only way we get it, is by getting it. And we get it first consciously and energetically. And then it manifests after you're fully present as that. Then the world agrees. The world doesn't agree as to who you are until you're that. And it's not a progression. It's who can I be right now? You know, we're not talking about the future anymore. The now is the only thing that's relevant. You know, so what's possible for us in this moment? What potential can we realize right now? What do we have to do right now to convince every aspect of ourselves that this moment is the time that we came here to awaken? It's that we ourselves, as our embodied consciousness, have to be the one that realizes that. Everybody else is in agreement already. You're the only one saying no. And your vote is the only one that matters, frankly. So you got to vote for yourself. You got to vote for your truth. You got to vote for a free life. Not for you, for everyone. Because if you grant everyone else their freedom, you'll have yours. I did a very nice agreement, working with AI, on letters and contracts and stuff with Cal, and I'm very happy with how I can create that way right now. What I'm not happy with at all is all of these incomplete actions that are necessary for me to live the life that I'm choosing to live right now. So why am I not doing it? What haven't I confronted that prevents me from living in my wholeness? Do I feel like I have to progress to that? I don't know why, because I can experience it when I open to it, but I tend to keep defaulting back into my limitation, where I've limited my idea and experience and knowing of who and what I am here. I become just another guy doing the best that he can, but not really, because I've tied myself down so many different ways where I could be 10 times more effective than I am, 100 times. So why am I not doing my best here? What haven't I seen or confronted? What haven't I seen or confronted that terrifies me, apparently? Is it terrifyingly dark or terrifyingly light? Because it's usually the extremes that terrify us. How dark we can become. And even worse is how light we can become, because that means we lose everything, and we lose every individuated aspect when you become all. When you become one with all, and that's the truth, and that's what's real, and so you're no longer motivated by your ego and the norms of society. So we've only got now. We've got right now. What are we going to do with it in this moment, right now? Well, let's open to love. Love of ourselves. How about that? Seems impossible to even contemplate for me to love being the me that I am and the life that I'm living. Because the truth is, I don't like it much. I'm not living the life I came here to live. But on the other hand, what I'm doing right now is how I came here to live. And so this is it. This is my path, my process, and my awakening in the moment is realizing in the moment my wholeness. And that's easy for each of us to do. We just contemplate on that there's such a thing as our wholeness, and as soon as you kind of ask yourself, well, what is my wholeness? What does it feel like? How does that shift my awareness and expression? And then you feel your wholeness. It's not gone, it's there, you're just not aware of it. You've been blocking yourself from your wisdom and your love and your compassion and your abilities, your brilliance, your magnificence. You've been blocking the knowing of yourself, let alone granting yourself permission to know it and then express it and share it. Why are we not giving the best of ourselves to the world? Why are we not giving the best of ourselves to ourselves? our families. Why do I judge myself so harshly? That I can't enjoy a moment of my life. By that mean truly enjoy and gratitude and bliss and excitement and passion. How much can I open to that right now for this moment? Because I can't figure it out in the future. I'm certainly not experiencing it yet in this moment. But if I put my attention on that, on my wholeness, then my wholeness becomes what I'm aware of. And if I'm aware of myself as my wholeness, then the things that are trapped in my body, the emotions and the stories and the judgments and the lies and the confusions, all surrender to their own divine expression. All the lies are freed because they can't maintain the fabric of their construction. When you embody your truth, your wholeness, your eternal nature, your divine understanding of creation. You know how quickly I forget how completely dense it's like I can go visit heaven and have a divine experience, and the next day know that I had a nice experience, but my memory isn't what really happened. And the only answer to lost truth and fallen nature and inauthentic being and presence is to say, okay, I guess I did that to myself. Maybe encouraged by others and naively believing that somebody knew the truth and that they were telling it to me, and I had to accept that as reality instead of my experience of reality itself. Oh, bear with me. This is Laurenita. Hold on. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you send me your location, because I have to download Google Maps if I want to.
Oh boy.
Which
I'm just finishing a session right now. It's so one that has a little, there's like 6 high-rises all in a rows across the street from each other, as you're driving up the hill. And
No, I have no idea where that is. I know what area, but I don't know exactly where that is, where you're staying at.
Okay.
Oh wait, I think I have an idea. I think you're staying after the school.
I don't know. You have my location. Can you not just drive to me?
I know where you are.
Okay, let me get back on this call, and I'll do 10 minutes then I'll come down, okay?
Okay, I'll be there probably like 10-15 minutes.
Okay,
max.
I'll be done. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, well we've got another 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
And so we can't figure out our salvation in the future, Lily. It only happens, what you get is what you got right now. But you can change what you have right now by noticing it and seeing it for what it is, and then letting it go. And it goes. So if you focus on what is Lily's wholeness? What does it feel like? What's it like to experience your wholeness while your body identified? And what happens is, again, everything in your body starts kind of dissolving and melting and flowing and opening into experiencing, something beautiful. And as we feel the shifts happen, even though that we're opening up and becoming freer, it knocks us unconscious again. Because we experienced a wave of relief and identified as the trapped consciousness that's been begging for some mercy, and you surprisingly get it, and you forget to stay in the opening. You start celebrating your first step on the stairway to heaven and think that that's your completion. But our completion is when we're free from it all. So whatever that means to you in your experience of limitation and suppression and things that feel less than sublime to you, then feel your wholeness while you're in that pain. Right now. And be free. It does not matter what you're suffering from. It doesn't matter what the source is. It doesn't matter what the cause is. It doesn't matter whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or ideas and belief systems. It doesn't matter. If you open your awareness to include your wholeness, and your experience of your wholeness becomes the centerpiece of your consciousness, not your body, then your body will harmonically resonate with your wholeness. And it can't hold on to lies. It can't hold on to confusion. It can only perceive things authentically and directly. It doesn't need the filter of language. It doesn't need the filter of other people's points of view. You're in your wholeness and you're experiencing the reality that you're in, and you see it without judgment and you see it accurately. You don't need to fight with anybody about it. You don't need to be right about it. You just need to be here brilliantly. That's all. Let's open up to knowing our own brilliance right now. Know your brilliance, Lily. Feel it. Connect your consciousness with mine when we've had those handful or two of indescribable cosmic connections. Remember, in your wholeness and in your present suffering, your moments of transcendent and triumphant homecomings. But your redemption is here and now. And your divine celebration begins in the now. So you can't plan for a future now, because the only now that you've got is this one. And you happen to be on the phone with me, and you know that when we talk and I do my sessions, these are the things that we examine, and we're here to test them on ourselves. We're here to free ourselves. We accept help from any other divine being that is willing to have mercy on us and say, good David, good Lily, by the way, we love you, and feel our presence. Feel that you're truly not alone. Feel that the divine celebration has already begun, and you're the most exciting guest to the ball, because this is your first time. This is your first time going to a divine celebration, as far as you know. As far as you know, as dumb and stupid and knocked out to lunch as you are, you have no idea how many divine balls you've been to. Where every being creates magnificently, while at the same time celebrating everybody else's creation in all the ways that, bring them joy, bring them satisfaction, make them glad that they've come to earth and picked up a body, and now they get to do something divine with it. How about that? And why not? If you can experience it in this moment, then you don't have to argue about whether you have to devote time and energy and attention to it, other than this moment right now. So we've got a few minutes left before I go to dinner with Lornita. So let's bring the divine into our experiences with others. Again, live in your wholeness, not just when you're alone by yourself, but when you're interacting with others, because you'll be a much, much cleaner version of the truth of your own soul. If that experience is what's normal for you, you experience yourself divinely in each moment, then how do you respond to this reality as that which loves this reality? And as that which inspires this reality to remember itself, to know its truth? Or for us to just wake up enough to notice that it's only our awakening that reality is waiting for. That we don't have to worry about anybody else, only ourselves. What are we doing trying to awaken somebody else when we haven't awoken ourselves? Well, I guess I'm a classic example of, the one that needs to know what's going on has to teach it. To go from not knowing to knowing, Because for me, only by sharing this, only by teaching, do I really have the deep experiences of flow, of wisdom, of love. So in this last moment, feel yourself open to love, a compassion, a gratitude for who you are, for what you are, for the life that you've got, for the body that you've got, for the relationships that you have, and be truly grateful that now you don't have to pretend to be something you're not. Your wholeness is welcome here. Invited even. And eagerly anticipated. So welcome home. Welcome to your wholeness. Welcome to your completion. Welcome to your understanding that happily ever after just might be at the end of your book, and she lived happily ever after. Her story of before now came to an end. And at the ending of the story, the birth of divine realization came. So enjoy yours. You know, feel it transforming your body as I speak. Just let it happen to you. It's your own divine realization. It's not somebody else imposing it on you. It's your choice. It's your truth. It's your wholeness. It's your authenticity. You know, do you own your truth? If so, open up and find out what it is and allow it to change who you are into who you came here to be. So I say it, and now I have to see all of that are brought up and sit in it. So I think this is it. Lauren Nietzsche is calling. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Okay. Good night. Bye. Hey, sweetie.
Hi, I'm here. I just don't know which building.
Okay. Well, I'm across the street from the convenience store, so I'll be coming down now.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. So if anybody ever watches this, you know, of course I never have any viewers when I do this live, but in the event that, you know, somebody watches, you know, why not take a look at this for yourself, within yourself? Doesn't need to be anything about groups or agreements or money or anything. It's about you. It's about your life and how it gets good right now. By you considering energetically and consciously what your wholeness, what your eternal truth is, what your universal truth is, whatever it is, just put that question out there, then reach out energetically in consciousness to find where the limitations are. And as you reach out further and further and further, you never can find the place that's limited. The more that you open, the more truth that you embody, the more that you experience the actuality of yourself. And so just open and stay in that opening. Feel what your wholeness is and allow your wholeness to transform the history, the story, the identity of your body, and experience your truth instead. So that's it. Good luck with that.